G'day folks, in this video I'll show how you can solve this crazy 2x2x2 version 011. Now on this particular puzzle it is very similar to the 000, however it's quite different. What on earth am I talking about? Well, we still have this fused corner here, this yellow, orange, blue fused corner, and that cannot be scrambled no matter what we do. There's no way we can get that to a scramblable state. And instead of that, if I again hold this with the yellow at the bottom, and I say again, I'm assuming perhaps you've watched the video on the 000 version, but this is how I hold it, the yellow face on the bottom. So I've got these three faces here that can turn. And the 0 represents this white face. That white piece there is a fixed piece. That's not going to go anywhere. The other two faces are 1 faces, and that's where this 011 comes from. So this is different. We've got only one of the faces is acting as a circle face or a 0 face, and the other two will take the circle pieces with them when they turn. So this one has kind of been named Jupiter because it's got 1 0 face and effectively another 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 faces. Okay, so this is scrambled, and how I'm going to solve this first of all is to get this back corner dealt with. It's very, very simple. The back corner is a white, orange, blue. So I look for that corner, there it is. I'm going to bring it up to this face, well, eventually. I'm going to say, well, I need to get the orange and the blue attached to a circle corner of that color. So let's perhaps firstly, maybe before I bring it up, and sometimes this is a pain in the neck. I said it was simple, I mean it is, but it can be a little bit tricky getting it where you want stuff to be. In fact, that is good. Okay, I've got an orange circle corner here. I'm going to bring this orange outer corner up and just turn it around. That's attached. I want to do the same thing. I want to get the blue up there, but I also want to have a blue circle corner in position first. So let's say that I put that blue there. And what the sort of thing that you can do here is you can turn it up, turn that blue outer corner off, bring back. Oh, in fact, where did that blue go? I was trying to be smart. Didn't quite work. What I can do now is turn that up and turn it on. Much easier. Once those two bits have been done, turn it so that the white face is on the top and rotate it round to the back. And that circle, or that whole corner, is now done. That's going to stay there. It's not going to become undone. Now, when I say that, we are going to have to move that face, so it's temporarily going to move out of position, but that's it. So first stage, white, blue, orange corner. The next stage is to reduce the remaining corners. And what I'm doing here is I'm looking for a circle corner that's in this position and an outer corner that can match it that's in one of these positions. And if I can't find it, I'll put something there. Now, technically, I could turn this around to here. That's no problem, and certainly in the early stages you can do that and then just replace it with anything and return that back. But you will find that it becomes much easier to have the circle corner in this position and the outer corner there as you get going. But let's see what we can do. Do we have anything that's really nice? And certainly get that blue around to there, and then at this stage just replace it with anything. The reason for that is to ensure that I can get this corner turned back into its position. All right, let's have a look at the next one. Probably got a yellow here and a white here. So I've got a white outer. I'm now going to do it what I would call the proper way. I'm going to get a white circle corner into that position. So this is a pretty standard thing, is to rotate this corner around. So we just do 2 up, up, down, downs to do that. And that little move does not affect these pieces at all. It only rotates that and affects pieces on the bottom. So that's been rotated. I can now turn the outer corner to attach it. And then I can look at this and say, well, that's blue. If I can, I'll get a blue circle corner into that position. This is over here. It's a little bit tricky. So instead of that, at this point, I'll just say I'll put anything into the position. And that is just an up, up, down, down to put something new. Then I'll turn that back and it keeps this corner where it should be. Right, next I'll notice that I've got a couple here which are good. I can just turn them up, except not really because I was going that way. I suppose I could still do it at this stage and see if we can perhaps put those ones there. Okay. Again, I've got a yellow outer here. I've got a yellow inner here. Let's rotate this around. Note that this is green. So I'll turn that across. Can I get something green? Green inner? Not really. In fact, this is completely done. So I'm just going to rotate this one around. So that I can put the back corner back into its position. Right, as I said, that one is done. I might just move it to there for a minute. I've also got this part done. Let's see. I've got a white there. Yeah, what I might do is just put this one here and turn that white circle corner up into that position. Now, the white can come to here. That's going to be a yellow outer, which I'm then going to want to hopefully replace with a yellow inner, but that yellow inner is there. So basically any inner will do. I'll just move that up into position, put it back. Now, I could do that if I've got pieces here which will work, but I don't really have them. What I mean is, I'm sorry, they're not on this one. They'll be on this one here. No, none of these ones here have bits that aren't done. So that's why I can't really do that from now on. Let's see what I can do. I would first probably like to put this not done piece here. That's a red outer, and I can see there's a red inner sitting here. So I'm going to rotate that. Okay, that'll go to there. This blue outer will go to there. So I'm then looking to see if I've got a blue inner somewhere. I don't, it's sitting over here. So any piece that's not done will do. Okay, let's go again. I've got a white inner. Where is the white outer? It's on this one here. Let's see if we can somehow, we're either going to try and involve this one, or we're also going to do something like potentially involve this red one. And that's actually really nice because the red will come across to here, leaving a green outer, and I can then move this green circle corner up into that position. Okay. Getting close, there's not that much to do still. So what have we got here? A white outer. Oh, don't like that. Let's see if we can get the white. I always find this harder than it should be. But hey, I got there in the end. So the white outer is now going to the white inner. That will leave a blue. I don't reckon I've got any other logical pieces because they're all over on this one. So what I'll do is grab this one here and just temporarily put it around to that position, if I can do that. Question is, can I do that easily? Yes, I can. Okay, good. So it's sitting here. All right. Let's take care of this one, and I'll then move this one up into position and undo. So you see the whole time I'm just trying to keep that one at the back completely done. All right, I've got a yellow outer with a blue inner, a blue outer with a green inner, and I've got a couple over here. I'd like to take care of one of these. So what I think I'll do first, which one is the most logical one? This green one, I think, is going to be logical for that. That's not logical and not good. It's not a very good advertisement for the puzzle, is it? Unfortunately, it is kind of par for the course a little bit. And what I want to do really is get this green one over to here or to here. As I said before, I always find this much harder than it should be. Here we go, I've got that green one there, and I want this green inner onto that position as well. Where's the other one? It's over here. Okay, that's looking better. So what I can do now is happily move that to there. So these two are set up, and it's just this one which I'd like to be over here. And my question is, can I do that easily? Yes, good. That's now in that position. Okay, so I've now can at least go green across to here, and then I want to replace this either by rotating it or by moving this one up. I suppose in this position I could just rotate this piece. So I'll do that. And turn it back. What have we got now? A blue-yellow and a yellow-blue and a blue-blue. So what that tells me is that I'm going to move. I'm going to get this blue inner circle up to here. So let's just do an up, up, down, down. I suppose if you have one of these, you've experienced the same thing. I mean, I hope. I mean, I don't hope, but otherwise I've got a dub. So where are we at? With the blue, that's perfect. So what I'm going to do now is rotate that around to there, bring this new one up, and then undo. And that completes the reduction of all of the corners. So we've used that zero face to reduce them so they're now all behaving as Rubik's Cube corners. They're not behaving as circle corners anymore. So from now, what I want to do is be able to place the corners where I want them. So that one's already done. Those two at the back are done. I'm going to firstly place the down front left corner. So this one here. This is supposed to be orange, yellow, green. So initially, I can just turn that into position. It should be fine. The other one is going to be the yellow, or the yellow, blue, red. So I can also turn that one around into position as well. So those two are done. That will leave 4 corners. And what I want to do is check what is going on. There's basically 4 or 5 possibilities. First possibility is they're in position. That is not what's going on here. Second possibility is that, let's have a look what we've got. We've got white, green, red that needs to go here, white, green, orange to here, white, blue, red to here. So I've got a 3 cycle with another one in position. So that is another possibility, is that 3 of my corners will be in a 3 cycle. Now, if they are in a 3 cycle, what we want to do is, we can ignore this one. We want to use the common color of 3 corners that we have to solve them. And so in this case, I see that the common color is white, white, and white. They all have a white on them. They do not share another common color. So what I'll need to do here is I'll need 1 corner in this bottom position. So for example, I could turn that around like that. And then the other 2 will need to have the white faces or the white stickers showing upwards. So for now, what I've done is a setup. I've basically said, well, to help me, I'm just going to do that setup. Let's just firstly think, if I did that setup, I will need to be rotating these corners first and then cycling them. And I'll show you exactly how to do that. But I must remember to undo the setup when I'm finished. So if this is down here, the white, green, orange is going to the white, blue, red. That's the thing that I've got to remember. So the order, the cycling is this one to this one to this one. Now, before I do this, I want to rotate these two corners. So I need to have the white on top and the white on top. Now, this is what we're going to do to rotate the corners right at the end of the solve as well. So we need to basically here use a 𝙬 and a 𝙬 mirror to do that, because we can't do it using a normal method because we don't really have three faces to work with. And what I mean by that is we have this face and this face that will retain the whole corner, but this face does not. So when I only have two faces and they're adjacent, I can use 𝙬s to do it. So this has got to go clockwise. So the first thing just to set up, I'm going to put that here. So I'm going to do a right prime and an up 2. And I now have the two pieces that I want in the positions over on the left side here. As I said, I'm going to do a 𝙬 and a 𝙬 mirror, and that will rotate these pieces. The only difference is when I do the 𝙬 mirror, I'm going to have to move this yellow, blue, orange corner around to the right hand side. So here's the 𝙬. And before I do the 𝙬 mirror, get rid of that yellow, orange, blue corner and now go. Okay, that's done. We'll undo that little setup. And you remember the other setups we had were the up 2 and the right. Now let's just hold the puzzle as we had it before, with the yellow on the bottom and this corner at the back. And all that we've achieved now is rotating these two. Nothing else has been changed. And you remember initially we had to do that front face turn. So that's actually where I want it now. Here's how we cycle the corners. I say, well, the white, orange, green's got to go to that position, and the white, blue, red's got to go there. This one's got to come down to here. So first of all, I turn the white, orange, green up to that position. Then I'm going to move this outer corner around. And when I do that, it is then going to come down to where it belongs. And you can see why I need to have the same color involved. So I turn the first one up into position. Now I rotate. And you can see that if this was a different color, we would run into trouble, as you can see here. But none of this is being affected. It's only these ones here. So I've now moved that into position. I'll undo the first 4 turns and then undo that upper face turn. And when we finally undo this front face turn, what we're going to see is that hasn't moved. These two at the bottom haven't moved. But what we have now, instead of that 3 cycle, is we have these 3 corners are all in position. So that is how you'll deal with a 3 cycle there. Find a common color, get them so that the common color of 2 pieces is on the top and the third piece is on the bottom, and then do the cycle. Now, of course, that's not the only thing that could happen, and I want to set up for another one now. Well, here you may notice that what we've got is we still have these bottom 2 corners, and obviously this back one done. We've got the last 4 corners where the yellow, green, red and the white, green, red need to swap, and these 2 here need to swap. So we've got 2 sets of swaps. Now, this will only work when the 2 swaps are as follows. They're here and here. If, for example, I had one of them that was a swap here and the other one was swapping here, this would not work. We would have to do something slightly different. But if we have them in this upper and lower position centrally that need to swap, and the 2 on the outer that need to swap, this is what we can do. Simply 3 down, down, up, ups. And we'll find that they are in their correct position. Well, another scenario is this one here, where we've got the bottom 2 corners in, this one's obviously in. These last 4 corners, we have a swap, a 2 plus 2 swap, but they are something like here and here, and these 2. So the white, orange, green needs to go there. The white, red, green comes here. So these two got to swap, and then these two here have also got to swap. Now, if all of these faces were one faces, we could simply turn the puzzle like that and do 3 down, down, up, ups. But the problem is we don't have all faces being one faces. So what we've got to do instead here is just solve one of these corners. And again, it's like I did earlier, finding 3 corners that have a common color and sort of set them up so that you can get one solved and leave you with another 3 cycle. So if I'm thinking this through, I note that if I can get the white, orange, green over to that position, so it'll be solved, then the white, blue, red will come here, and the white, red, green will come here, and then I will have another 3 cycle that I can carry out. So that is the plan. That's how you approach this. So again, the colors on the top need to be the same. The third piece has to have the same color, and we're now cycling this way. So I'll bring this one up here first, and turn the other piece onto it, and then undo. And you'll see that is now solved, and what we have is white, red, green going to here, white, blue, red going to here, yellow, green, red going to here. That's a 3 cycle. So we find the common color. It's not white because that doesn't have it. It is in fact red. So they all have red. So the red here, doesn't matter if this one's on the bottom. It matters about these two. So this has got to go clockwise. This has got to go anti-clockwise. So I've just got to move them into position so I can use my 𝑠oon and my 𝑠oon mirror. This one was clockwise, so when I turn it around to the back, that's great. These two are the ones that I'll rotate now. I'll fix these up after I finish the sequence, if I can finish the sequence before it falls apart. Just undo that one there. Okay, where on earth was I? That's on the bottom. This is why I like to hold it the same way all the time. I think I needed to turn. Now, just let me think a little bit, because I had it like, actually I had it like that. That's better. Okay. Okay, there is some benefit to holding it the same way all the time. So I've now got the 2 red pieces there. I've got this red piece sitting here, and I've just got to work out the order. The white, green, red's got to go here. The white, blue, red goes to there. So once again, I've got to move this one up into that position first. Now, because the red is on the bottom, it just means I'll do 3 up, up, down, downs. And I want to do up, up, down, down, not down, down, because I don't want to involve these 2 pieces. Okay, that's put that one into place. I rotate the face and now undo what I just did. Undo that rotation, and we now have all the required pieces into their exact positions, not oriented, but correctly positioned. Well, there's one more scenario that you could encounter. And what that is when you've got your final 4 pieces in either a swap, so a single swap of 2 pieces, or a 4 cycle. And if I look here, the white, orange, green has to go to here, the white, red, green has to go to here, the white, red, blue to here, and the green, red, yellow down to here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces in a 4 cycle. That is equivalent to if I had, say, just a swap of these 2 pieces. So the fix for this is to simply turn one of these faces, not the white face, but one of the side faces, a single turn, and then resolve. So let's say that I turn this side face a turn like that. The first thing that I want to do now is get this yellow, green, orange back into that position. So as a setup now, I'm going to turn the left face again, and I'll undo that setup at the end. And I'm now going to swap those 2 pieces to put this one back in that position. So I did the setup, I'll now undo the setup. That is now back into its position. I now have 4 pieces, let's have a look. the yellow, green, red and the white, green, red need to swap, and the white, orange, green and the white, blue, red need to swap. So once you've done that, you'll be left with one of the situations that we've already looked at, either this one, a 2 + 2 swap, or a 3 cycle of some kind. So for now, I can happily go ahead and place these pieces. And you can see that's fairly straightforward. All the pieces are now in. And that leads to the very final stage of the solve, which is orienting the pieces. Now on the 000 version, we had all 3 faces we could use. On this version, I don't. I want to keep the pieces intact, so I can't use this white face. I can only use these 2. And that, of course, calls for 𝑠oon and 𝑠oon mirror, which is what I've already been using previously. And so all I need to do now is just perhaps use these 2 faces. This will be my upper, this will be my right face. And I think, well, I want to just position pieces hopefully sensibly so that they orient nicely. And I'm looking for a clockwise and an anti-clockwise one. This one's clockwise, clockwise. That's anti. So this one, or is it? Hang on. No, that's in position. This one here is also clockwise. So I've got 3 clockwise sitting there. That's anti and that's clock. So what I might do first, this is kind of painful. I'm just going to do these 2 and one of them will orient correctly. Now, in order to rotate, I need the 2 at the front and the back on the left-hand side. And this one will rotate anti-clockwise. This one will rotate clockwise. So this one here is going to end up solving. This one won't. Now, what I'd normally do is a 𝑠oon and then a 𝑠oon mirror. The difference is, and again, I've already talked about this earlier, is I need to just move this yellow, blue, orange corner out of the way before I do the 𝑠oon mirror. So here we go. Watch out, because pieces are probably going to fall out. There's the 𝑠oon. Take that out of the way and now do the 𝑠oon mirror. Okay, well that's done. And obviously that's the trick to stop pieces falling out. You've got to announce that they're going to fall out and they won't do it. You can see that is now done. Now, this one needs to go anti-clockwise. This needs to go clockwise. So this time I'm going to start with them here, but I'm going to have to do that routine twice. So exactly the same thing, but just do it 2 times. Bring that one back and repeat. Okay, I cannot believe that was so easy to get those pieces to stay in. Just make an announcement. All right, where are we? I reckon that's looking good, and we've got 2 more to go here. This one goes anti-clockwise, so if I bring, let's have a look. I want to try and put that one here and the other one there. I don't think I can do it because I can't turn this face. I can only turn these 2. So I think I'm going to be stuck with, yet again, doing the routine 2 times. You can kind of see the little circle corners sitting out from where they should be. Almost like they're just busting to escape. Okay, last 𝑠oon mirror. And it's pretty clear now what I've got to do. Okay, that is all back into place. Those corners have been oriented, and the crazy 2x2x2 011 puzzle has been solved. I hope that helps. And as always, thanks for watching.